All right, so we're looking at a bunch of lunatic zealots that have made their way and infiltrated themselves into the Canadian government, every level, every party. These are the Khalistanis. We're not afraid of them. We're not afraid of nothing. Why? Because freedom, baby. Political change through violent means. Totally unlike our peaceful protests here in Canada. We have bouncy castles. We have beautiful snow angels. Right, we got bacon sandwiches, freedom bacon sandwiches. These guys got AK-47s and bombs. Air India bomb, perpetrated by these fools. WSO, World Sikh Organization, and this group right over here, which is Sikhs for Justice, run by this character. His character's name is Gurpatwant Singh Panoon. Just remember Panoon, like Panera Bread, Panoon, okay? This guy's a real joker. He thinks he's on World Wrestling Foundation, WWE. Let's see what he's got to say.
7, non-India, 2024, one India, to 2047, none-India. Sikhs for Justice is organizing a global Khalistan.
All right, bro. All right, nice. Well, let's back it up. Now, you might say to me, well, who's this guy, Ro? You know, who is this dude and why should I care? Well, let's all go all the way back up to my video over here where I've collected a little bit of footage. Right, and this is from Mocha Burzigan. He's a little fellow, really good dude. I like what he's putting together over here. Doing some great work. He's been taping this. This is from Vancouver. All right, so take a look. Now, you see over here, you got the Indians lined up on one side, the Hindustanis, right, the Hindus. And then, and I want to make it clear, right, Sikhs are great people. These Khalistanis are a tiny little sect, little percentage. They're the ones who are here in Canada en masse, not the average Sikh that you see with the guy wearing a turban. But this is like the guys in power, right? And they're ruling by force, and you know they're going to say they're gonna saw it off if you don't comply. So then the regular population is afraid, but we're not afraid. We're going to stand up. Why? Because we're taught by our forefathers and our beautiful mothers with their gorgeous wombs that we got to be brave. Now you see right over here, this is these Khalistanis over here. That's what they got. Now you look, what is that cutout? See that cutout right there? That woman that's supposed to be the Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi, she got assassinated. It's a nasty little story, and it's not a proud moment in Indian history. 1984, Operation Blue Star. I'm not going to get into it today, but this is one of the major emotional moments. It was a clear cluster F, to say the least. All right. Imagine, think about the Emergency Act on steroids, right? Trudeau coming with the horses running over women, that kind of thing. That happened down there. Heavy duties, but they're using this now, this small group, as a reason to bomb places. Okay, totally different. Now look all the way on the right-hand side there. You see what you see over here? You got this assassination of Shahid Najjar. Right next to that, you got this guy's face. Who are we seeing right there? We're seeing Panoon's face on this. And underneath that, you got this Kill Modi. Modi is the Prime Minister of India, of course. So this is the kind of thing that they're putting out there. That's that same guy, Panoon, that we just saw, is here as well. Okay, so if you're not really sure about, what is this all about? Well, this is what it's about. So the temples, the Hindu temples, the mandirs, pensioners go there to get something called a life certificate. Now, you can go up to your high commission or whatever, but they've got these consulate camps, they call them, where pensioners come down to get a life certificate so they're eligible for their Indian pensions. That's good for us because I don't want my taxpayers paying for any more family reunification. I don't care if you're the same skin color as me. Just go home, please. Thank you. And if you are here, then at least pay your own way. Anyhow, so these guys want to get their life certificates, some kind of form filled out. So the Indian High Commission sends their own people over to the temples to get it done there because they're already hanging around there, eating lunch and the rest. This over here is a guy from India, Randhir Jaiswal, and he's telling you what this is about. And you'll see.
Diaspora in Canada. Many of these people, especially around the month of November, December, they need several documentation for continuation of their pensions and several other activities here in India. So this consular camp that we do is helpful to the community, to both people of.
Okay, so they're calling it a consulate camp, but it's basically like it's not like summer camp, right? It's like day camp or nothing. They just go to the temples and they do it right there. So this is what this guy Panoon is angry about, his organization, Sikhs for Justice. And I'm telling you, the World Sikh Organization, WSO, seems to be a front, brother and sister front. These are the, the tough nuggies of these Khalistanis. They're really tough boys. You know what I mean? They're going to come at you hard. Yeah, huh? All right, so what do they say? Let's see.
Any religious institution which is sponsoring and allowing their facility to be used for organizing this life certificate camps in which
Okay, so any facility, he's saying, any facility that's being used to get these life certificate camps, meaning a temple. It's okay if it's a temple in which this killer Indian diplomats are present. So anybody working for the Indian government, if you go into an Indian temple, any kind of temple, then I guess they're going to protest it. Let's see what he says.
these killer Indian diplomats are present, they should be ready to face pro-Khalistan rallies.
Okay, it's funny. The text says pro-Palestine, but he's saying Khalistan. That's a text transcription error. He's saying that we should be ready to face pro-Khalistan rallies. Here, I'll back it up.
They should be ready to face pro-Khalistan rallies.
Large diaspora.
And what's funny there is because, these very hardcore Palestinian rallies, all these rallies, all these ethnic groups, whether it was the Eritreans, I saw that a year ago. Remember that blue team, red team, the Eritreans? Whether it's Palestinians, Israelis in the streets, all these people in the streets, especially on the Palestinian side, I've seen a lot of footage on that. Whatever it is, it's just all too much. It's all too much for my heart, okay? I live in Canada, all right? I relax out here, all right? I chill out. Please, smoke a joint, guys. Take it easy. Okay, so what we got right here is Liberal MP Chandra Arya, and I want to be clear, all right? This Khalistani stuff cuts across party lines. It is clear across the Conservative Party, NDP, as well as the Liberal Party. It is everywhere. That's the problem with it, is that Canada has encouraged, especially in the last 10 years under the Trudeau government, has allowed these guys to flourish, and they rule by fear. If you say anything against them, then they're going to come to your house, or they're going to, who knows what they're going to do to you. And these guys, they carry swords, and they're tough nuggies. That's all that I got to say. They're tough nuggies, and I'm shaking in my boots.
This direct attack on Hindu Canadians by the leader of Canadian Khalistan movement is further escalation of the recent attacks on Hindu temples and public celebration of the assassination of Hindu Prime Minister Indira Gandhi by terrorists.
Okay, so there's a lot of posturing here, right? Everything's phobia. So the greater problem is that you got Harjit Sajjan and you got Jagmeet Singh. He looks pretty mean in this freeze frame, actually. These guys are just straight out saying, that it is. You'll take a look and see.
Talk about Mr. Arya. This is someone who constantly repeats the lines of the Indian government. A government, mind you, that is under allegations.
Okay, so this is the problem. Straight out, they're claiming Harjit Sajjan, who's the defense minister now, Minister of Emergency Preparedness, and of course NDP leader Jagmeet Singh, they're declaring that it's the Indian government that is in fact behind these ethnic clashes in our streets by places of worship, whatever. I don't care. Can you get it off the streets? Can you just take it back to your dump? No, they can't take it back to India because India won't put up with it. They're doing it here, and they're supported by Trudeau's government.
That they've engaged in a campaign of terror impacting Canadians that involved shootings, that involved deaths, that involved threats to Canadians.
Okay, so he's talking about this Nijjar's death. Now, there's no proof that the Indian government was involved. There isn't. There just isn't. And the Indian, Minister of External Affairs, he's come out and he's been asking questions. Why? And we're going to see that in a sec.
So it is very problematic that an elected Canadian official is parroting the lines of a foreign government that engaged in allegations of serious violence and terror against Canadians. So he should stop. We should be putting Canadians first, putting our country first.
It's great to hear him saying all this, blah, 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 but we know you're a Khalistani, Jagmeet. Like I said, these guys think they're tough nuggies. This is from 2016. This music, War Campaign, was my previous brand. I changed the name to Raw Uncensored. This was really too hardcore, you know what I mean? And I'm a soft serve kind of guy. 2016, these guys go in to do a session together at the NSYF in the UK, London. Of course, another hotbed for confused second generation, third generation Indians Pakistanis, all kinds of ethnic groups. I didn't add this music, by the way. This is their music.
Our gurus, how revolutionary they were to come up with these ideas. They're very, I like to say, they're gangster ideas, right? They were ultimate revolutionaries.
It is about Sikh spaces and Sikh institutions, and it endorses violence as a legitimate form of resistance and survival.
Singh was a featured speaker at the National Sikh Youth Federation, NSYF, in Southall, London, UK. This organization's leader, Mr. Shamsher Singh, has made statements regarding the use of violent means to achieve their aims.
Armed struggle is the only way. Investing in armed struggle and destabilizing India.
Yes, violent means to achieve their aims. The ends justify their means.
We have to create our independent country, so there will be violence when Khalistan.
All right. Enough of that. Basically, let's just see where Jagmeet gets grilled. You can check this video out on the channel. You want to get some more background. This is pretty interesting stuff. You guys are such pussies.
Fact, in 2018, Mr. Jagmeet Singh doubled down.
And you're standing beside an individual who reportedly said that Sikh self-determination required taking up arms.
Well, again, there's a complexity to the situation. The issue is complex, and it's not easy to say I agree or disagree with that. It's important to understand the complexity of the scenario.
Legacy Media only brought up his speech at a 20...
Yeah, these guys, eh? These guys, man. You see, it's a complex issue. Political, killing people to get political. It's a complex issue. No, it's not. All right, anyways, so we got Jagmeet blaming it on India. That's what we just saw over here. Let's jump ahead a little bit. All right, now I want to show you Harjit Sajjan, right? Okay, this is just from like a day ago. Same thing over here. Take a look at this. So you got all the, these MPs, liberal MPs kind of huddling together, and they're crying, and they're saying, oh my God, it's so sad what is happening. We were having this ethnic violence in our streets. That's another MP over here in Nend. All right, let's watch.
I just want to add that the fact that as the RCMP
places of prayer.
We are here to support all religions, and we strongly condemn violent protests.
Yeah, okay.
I just want to add that the fact that as the RCMP has come out with the significant revelations of foreign interference.
Hold on a second here. So she goes, we condemn all ethnic violence, but now he just says the RCMP has come out with significant allegations of foreign interference. So right away, it's foreign interference. Let's hear it. Maybe I'm wrong.
And we need to be mindful of this, and also to educate ourselves and Canadians what foreign interference means from all different sources. We've seen it from Russia, from China, and in this case also from India, and what it can invoke, especially when it comes to social media.
So the guy just plainly says, she's talking about how, violence is so bad and the rest, and they go on for a few minutes crying about it, pretending they actually care, especially this lady on the side over here. She's a really good actress. I don't know her name. I can't remember. Don't care. Point is, another MP, just dime a dozen, right? They're all liars. Anyhow, but Harjit Sajjan, by the way, I saw him in the Vancouver airport. Interesting talking to this guy. He was very uncomfortable. Of course, I didn't record it because, I wasn't set up to tape. But this guy right over here, he knows me. This guy right here, when he's pressed, what does he say? But this guy right here, he jumps straight to this foreign interference argument. That India's foreign interference. Not that your own people, right, your Khalistani crew, are coming out there, stirring the pot, going up to Hindu temples, just letting them be. You can't let them be. Okay, you got Foreign Minister Jaishankar from India. This guy's really well-spoken. He's kind of annoyed with the Canadians because the Canadian government, Trudeau government, keeps just saying, hey, it's Indian interference in our land without any kind of proof. It's telling us that they're interfering here when we know.
At the Hindu temple in Canada was obviously deeply concerning. And you would have seen the statement first by our official spokesperson and also the expression of concern by our Prime Minister yesterday. So that should, I think, convey to you how deeply we feel about it. Canada has developed a pattern of making allegations without providing specifics. Secondly, when we look at Canada, for us, the fact that they're putting our diplomats under surveillance is something which is unacceptable. Third, the incidents which the gentleman there spoke about, and do look at the video. I think they would tell you, in a way, the political space today, which is being given to extremist forces there. So
That's a great line.
Given.
That's really interesting right there, right? What he's saying? He's saying there's a political space being given to extremist forces in Canada. How many times do you need to see all kinds of ethnicities, right? We don't understand them. We don't know them. I don't understand the Eritreans. Hey, look, it's cool. Eritrea, be Eritrean and Eritrea. But if you're in Canada, be Canadian. But how many times have we seen, Palestinian? I've seen all this Hamas, Hezbollah. I don't even know the difference. I actually don't care. All right, just keep it over there, please. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm an ignoramus, but I'm not interested. I'm interested in, living a good life and having social cohesion and putting food on the table and buying some steak. That's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in having a drink, having a good life. But I can't have that if you guys are literally tearing up the streets or pooping all over them. And if all that wasn't bad enough, these guys were streaming, right? The Minister of External Affairs, Foreign Minister, streaming with Australia Today on Facebook. They're literally doing a video cast when Canada censors them. Canada literally just censored Australia Today streaming with the Foreign Minister of India. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Press conference with Foreign Minister Penny Wong and External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar. It was going very viral on our Facebook account, and everyone from Canada was sending a message, sir, you could have asked this question XYZ. All good. And then I got a chance to have an interview with Dr. Jaishankar. I went for that interview. We did it, and we broadcasted it within 4 hours from the press conference. Now, in the middle of that interview, when people started sending us, thank you for asking these questions, somebody sent me a screenshot saying, sir, I was watching this and now I'm seeing a screenshot saying that you can't watch this content in Canada.
So as they're streaming, as they're broadcasting this interview with the Indian Foreign Minister, talking about what's happening here, right? This tussling going on in Canadian streets, they cut them off. Canadian authorities cut off their stream. Now, when I heard this, I'm thinking, okay, well, what's going on? Is this part of that bill? They got this censorship thing going where you can't put news anymore on Facebook and the rest. So is it part of that? Is that what happened? Did they get caught in that? But whatever it is, the net effect is that while news is being pushed out there, broadcasted, somebody's sitting on a terminal on a computer somewhere, literally hitting end stream, kill this broadcast. That's what's happening. So was it that? Was it something else? I'm not sure. I don't think they even really know. I watched a bunch of these videos trying to figure it out. But something's getting caught. Something funny and weird is happening over here. You tell me in the comments what you think. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate your time.